Warning: the following video has not been approved by the Comic Code Authority and is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Comic Assassin, and today it is Mini-Series Mondays, where I review either a mini-series or a one-shot. Today I got a one-shot for you guys, and that is Penguin Triumphant. Alright, it's got some good, nice, I don't know if you can tell that bling right there in the top. Recently just picked this up in one of the dollar bins. I've had good luck with finding one-shots or whole runs of miniseries in dollar bins lately, so that's kind of why I've been doing this series. And I just read this one. I said, yeah, let's do this one. This is from 1992, obviously DC. John Ostrander is the writer, Joe Staton doing the pencils, Bob Smith inker, Laverne Kaczynski is the colorist, Tim Harkins is the letterer. But yeah, let's jump into it. So it starts off as a Gotham gaze, Penguin strikes, steals Hope Diamond, who is the foul fiend? No one knows, police baffled, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, this book had me laughing from the very get-go. So basically, it starts off like a little party scene here. And what this woman says is, she goes, "So sorry to hear about your husband, poor Dickie." Right? And I read that as, "I'm sorry to hear about your husband's poor Dickie." I was like, wow, why is she talking about her husband's Dickie? Right? But no, her husband's name was Dickie. I guess he passed. Anyway, she's throwing this big party. Her name is Bethany. Alright? Keep this in mind. Her name is Bethany. And so, up strolls in, and this is what also got me intrigued, because the butler comes in, he goes, "Excuse me, Lady Bethany, but Police Superintendent Gordon of Scotland Yard has arrived." I'm like, Gordon of Scotland Yard? Like, what kind of setting is this? Anyway, rolls in Gordon, and even Batman is in the background wearing like a silly, like, little outfit. And he's like, "Yeah, we got good information that the Penguin will strike here tonight. You know, we're gonna watch over the grounds." And lo and behold, you hear a walk, 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 walk. Right, classic Penguin. I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, Penguin strolls in. They don't even know he's the Penguin, right? And there's some banter back and forth, and Lady Bethany is just taken over with Oswald Cobblepot, right? He disappears. Anyway, when the party's over, she goes back up to her room, and he's like, "I just wanted to see you alone." And she's like, "Oh yes, Oswald, yes." All right. So apparently, Penguin works some magic. Anyway, as he went in for the kiss, he gives her a shot in the leg, steals her necklace, and basically he gets caught by the one of the other maids. He runs off, and while he's making his escape, here's Batman to stop him, right? Anyway, Penguin gets the best of Batman, and he does make his escape. Well, so I was intrigued, but lo and behold, this is all a dream. Old Cobblepot is not the fit, nice-looking Penguin that we saw in the previous pages. He's the Cobblepot that we know, the short, stumpy guy, and incarcerated. All right, so here he is, and basically one of the guards is coming up and says, "Hey, just want to let you know that there's something on TV talking about you." And he's like, "Okay, let me go check it out, just in case I need to go kill whoever's talking about me." And basically they were talking about, Batman. Is he good or is he bad? Does he attract supervillains, or is he the true crime fighter? And there's that debate, right? Batman good or bad? Anyway, he gets an idea. He's like, "I know what I'm going to do. I'll go legit." And then you see a thing, Penguin reforms, right? So apparently, just because Penguin says he wants to go legit, that means they let him out of jail, right? Because let's be honest, the correction facilities and the justice system in Gotham work so well, right? He didn't have to escape. He just had to say, "I'm legit. I want to go legit." and they let him out. Like, anyway, I'm not going to read this page by page, but Penguin is going to go legit. All right, so he makes his entrance into this office space, and I guess his name's Randy. Well, Randy was an old friend of Cobblepot, where basically him and his buddies like to torment Oswald every day, and eventually one day Oswald showed him, like threatened to kill him, beat him up with his umbrella and everything else, and he was like, "We're going to be partners." And Randy at first is like, I don't know. He's like, "No, look, check it out. This is what we're going to do." Apparently this Randy guy's a big stock market guru, or he's in the stocks or whatever, and the whole plan is Oswald has somehow figured out these computers that help tip off big brokers about what's going to drop, what's going to go high, how to make the moves in the stock market fast. And basically he threatens Randy, like, "You're going to do this." And in a fashion that's, like you normally see with the Penguin. Puts the umbrella in his face, is like, "No, this is going to happen. I get 80%, you get 20%. Basically, I'm giving you access to what I can do. You just need to let me know which ones you're interested in as far as stocks go." And basically, I think it's him getting his way back. Oh, but not only that, he's like, "I want 80%, and you're going to give me the social status that I want, right? Access to all the clubs, access to all the society events." He wants to be a societal figure now, right? And he's relying on this guy Randy to do that. In exchange, he gets 20% of the intake from this little back door that the Penguin has for some way. All right. So here we go. We got Penguin over here, relaxing at one of the clubs, chilling, and it's funny, like he pulls over one of the pool boys, and you see these like women sunbathing. You can tell that they have their straps undone, right? They're getting the full back tan, and he gets the pool boy over there. He's like, "Hey, I'll give you $10 if you drop an ice cube on top of their back," and gets them to do the whole lift up, give a Penguin a view. So, anyway, the whole time, like, they're like, "I don't know why we're letting him in this club." And the guy Randy's like, "Look, we got to get him in this club. It's temporary, I promise you." But anyway, lo and behold, someone pops in and says, "Hey, remember me?" And yes, it is Bethany Wilcox. All right, so apparently the woman that he was dreaming about is also a real person in the comic, right? And he tells the story of how they met. So I guess Bethany and Penguin went to high school together, and there was this big high school dance coming up. They were telling Penguin, like, "I bet he's not going to the dance." He goes, "Oh yeah, I am, and I'm going to go with the most beautiful girl in the school." And he said Bethany Wilcox, but there's no way. Well, Penguin goes up to Bethany Wilcox, and he makes a business proposition, right? Basically, "I'll pay for your food, I'll pay for everything, and I'll give you $300. $100 up front right now, $100 at the beginning of the date, and $100 at the end of the date," right? And she's like, "If that's all it is," and then he'll even pay for a dress as long as he chooses the dress. That's the only stipulation he really made, is "I'll choose the dress." She agrees, right? So here they roll in the dance. Everybody's like, "Oh, I can't believe that Penguin and or actually they don't know it's Penguin, but Cobblepot and Bethany are going to the dance together. Picked this ridiculous outfit, and Penguin's not happy with that. Like, he's like, "I want a kiss," and she's like, "No, that wasn't a part of the deal." She's like, "I'll give you $20." And then he actually throws this in. Now he's starting to scheme. He's like, "If you don't do this, I'll tell people that you accepted money to go on this date with me." So now she feels extra forced, right? So for $30 and some coercion, Bethany got tricked out. All right, Bethany got tricked out. Anyway, then she goes to tell Oswald the whole story. So they're sitting by the pool, basically saying, that whole event changed me. That's made her who she was as far as her past husbands. She's been married several times, and every time she got married and got divorced, she got richer and richer and richer, right? So she used the system. Anyway, he's like, hey, I would like to take you on a date. And he got an invite to not only then Bruce Wayne's mansion for a social interaction, right? So, Oswald rolls up in the Wayne mansion, and he's like, I want to speak to Bruce. And the whole time he's trying to wheel and deal with Bruce, but Bruce is kind of like, because Bruce knows he's the Penguin, right? And he's watching him. He's like, want to know what he's wanting to do. Anyway, Cobblepot says, I want to buy Wayne Manor, right? I want to buy it. And Bruce is like, it ain't for sale, dude. It ain't for sale. Well, for some reason, and sometimes Batman does this weird stuff, he kind of rolls over. He didn't sell it to him, but he lets the Penguin stay at his mansion, right? So he moves in. Alfred's not a fan of it. He's like, why do I have to stay on for this? He's like, dude, Alfred, like, you got to be my eyes and ears. Like, you got to take care of everything. But Batman just kind of rolls over and lets old Cobblepot come into the mansion. First day, all right. Cobblepot shows up. Who wants to play tennis? Nobody. Alfred, make sure all my bags are unpacked. Get all the champagne out. We're going to have a party. And they're throwing a party all right. You got dudes passed out. The Penguin's over there telling jokes, but only telling the punchlines, like to keep their pants up, to do the other side, to get to the other side. None. Real men aren't afraid of the dark. He's telling jokes, but only telling the punchline part of it. So I'm like, what kind of party is this? These people must be tripping out. But anywho. Meanwhile, Randy, he's like, all I need to know, because he knows what Oswald is bringing to the table, but he knows that really all he needs is that password to get into that software or whatever. So he's like, I need the password. And who does he go to? He goes to Bethany. He's like, Bethany, I got a job for you. This is what you got to do. And she's like, I'll do this one for free. So now we know that she has some vengeance towards Penguin. Of course, why not? He tricked her out. That changed her whole mindset, whatever. So, basically, she goes in, and she goes and hangs out with Penguin at Wayne Manor. And Oswald comes out and goes, where's my book? Where's my book? And apparently the name of the book is called Raffles. And he was pitching such a fit about it, he gave both Alfred went and took that information, told Batman, Bethany has that information, and then they go use that password, Raffles, and it works, right? It gets them into the system, right? So then all of a sudden, they're saying, okay, we have the password. He tells his main man, I forget what his name is, it's Kale or Kane, I think it might be Kale with a C. I might be wrong. If I see it in here, oh yeah, Kale, it's C-A-L-E. He tells basically his hitman, go in there, take out the butler, take out the Penguin, take out the woman. We got the password. We don't need any of them. Let's clean up our tracks. So he sends them in. Well, apparently, Batman calls up Commissioner Gordon and is like, hey, this is what's going on. We found the password. We can book Penguin. He goes, sorry, Batman, but where is he? Well, he's over here in this panel. Basically, the Penguin called this in about an hour ago. So I guess the Penguin knew that he was getting set up, and he called ahead and said, hey, this Randy guy is using this backdoor thing to manipulate the stock market and all that stuff. So he just turned in the guy that was trying to bust him. Once again, Penguin is pretty smart. He's always thinking 1, 2, 3 steps ahead. It might not always work out for him, but it worked out pretty good. Anywho, let's see. Where should we go from here? Oh, so now they're thinking, okay, why would he do that? Why would he give up his only source? And they're thinking, there's got to be a back door to the back door. Like, apparently, the Penguin's not going to just give away all his stuff, all his means of making money right now, right? So apparently, there's got to be a back door to the back door. We used the first back door to frame Randy for it, and sure enough, they're sitting there thinking about it, and who comes up with, oh, Alfred of all people, he's like, I remember reading that book, and Raffles' best friend was named Bunny. And sure enough, Bunny worked. So now they know that there was a back door to the back door for the whole stock market scheme. But Kale is still in there trying to take out everybody. So then a fight ensues with Kale and Penguin. Yeah, bud. If there seems like there was a split in the screen, that means there was, because my son comes in and starts yelling at me because of something. So, alright, let's resume this story, Penguin Triumphant. Anyway, so Kale is in there, ready to take out Batman. Or not Batman, he's ready to take out Penguin, everybody else that's there. Bruce Wayne is actually in the basement the whole time. He suits up, and that becomes a big fight with Batman and Kale. Batman gives him a good clock, and Kale's like, is that all you got? And then, anyway, let's just say Batman gets the better of Kale. Alright, so he knocks him out. But the Penguin's like, oh, they're distracting themselves instead of worrying about me. After Batman takes out Kale, old Penguin comes in, zaps the Snikes off of Batman. And so Penguin's like, I got this, dude. But old Kale comes back, alright? He was just a little knocked out from Batman, but he gets conscious, he comes up, and he actually shoots Penguin. I mean, look, shoots Penguin through the chest. Cobblepot's sitting there, dripping blood, right? But, once again, Kale didn't keep count of how many shots he fired. Cobblepot did, and then Cobblepot gives him the gas from the umbrella, knocks him out. But then old Bethany shows back up. Right? She's got the gun. And basically she's like, what would you do in my case here, Oswald? And he said, I'd shoot, my dear. I'd shoot. Alright? That's actually pretty good little panels right there. Anyway, Batman comes in. She says, you call it into the police, Batman. I'm done. I guess basically she's both physically and mentally gotten her revenge, that she needs to move on from the trauma that happened with that. So basically, once again, Penguin was not so triumphant. But it shows, them having a dinner scene, Alfred, Tim and Bruce, and they're all sitting there talking about, what's going to be the outcome of Penguin. And, where does he's back where he belongs. And Batman's like, is he ever anywhere that he belongs? Is it anywhere outside that brilliant, twisted mind of his? And you just see Cobblepot laying back in his jail cell, dreaming again. Dreaming of him being the thin, handsome victor and villain. And people say, curse you, Penguin. I swear one day I'll see you behind bars. I will. But so in his mind, in his dreams, he's triumphant, but in reality, he is not. So there you go, guys. That is Penguin Triumphant Miniseries Mondays. Hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun read. I didn't read a lot of Batman back in the day, believe it or not. But, the beginning of it really had that feel to me like something that would have been out of like some of the old school TV shows. I did watch the old school TV shows, back in Adam West and all that. So, with that being said, y'all, let me know what you think about the book. Have you read it? And I'm always open to suggestions. If y'all have a mini-series or a one-shot that you would like for me to review, I'll also see if I have it or see if I can find it. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep plugging away with it slowly but surely. With that being said, y'all, I'll see y'all later. Alright, y'all. Peace.